Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with a real quick video here. I'm probably going to do a bigger discussion on this fight on the Jab podcast. That's coming later on this week on Thursday. But I just want to go back and talk about this past Sunday's fight between Lamont Peterson and Sergey Lipinets. Sergey Lipinets, he was able to stop Lamont of a really, really brutal slugfest between these two guys. Just going back and look at some of the fight, man, I really felt like Lamont Peterson, he kind of he let up too much in too many rounds. He was trying to show too much heart, and he got hit with some shots that he shouldn't have been getting hit with, and vice versa. And for Sergey Lipinets, I felt like Lipinets, he was more of a boxer, but in this fight, he kind of switched his style up and was fighting behind a higher guard, like the peekaboo. Not really the peekaboo guard, but he kept his hands high, and he was kind of, jabbing out of that position and hitting Lamont Peterson with some good, like, sneaky right hands. But overall in this fight, man, I just feel like Lamont Peterson, he definitely showed age. He definitely showed age in this fight. But he actually showed skill. And I feel like he really lacked in the IQ in this fight, man. He was just really fighting off of heart too much. And he was trying to prove too much by, banging with a younger guy like, like Sergey Lipinets. And he was trying to make a statement in there. But this wasn't the fight to do that, man. I felt like, he had the boxing skill to beat somebody like Lipinets. His body game was really good in this fight, as Lipinets was coming forward, and jabbing. Every time he would, like I said, had that high guard, I felt like Peterson was tearing that body up. He was, this was a fight he was winning, up until that round. I felt like Peterson, he was probably up by 2 or 3 rounds. I felt like he was up by 2 or 3 rounds in this fight. So I felt like he could have went on the back foot in the later rounds in that second half and, boxed more. And, kind of jabbed Lipinets and kept him at a distance and just kept working the body, man. But in this fight, man, he chose to kind of be a slugfest with Sergey Lipinets. And Lipinets, I could really see he wasn't really going anywhere. He was hitting Lipinets in the body a lot, but it was like Lipinets just kept coming in there, landing his jab. He kept doubling the jab, hitting Lamont Peterson right in the nose and right in the face. And you could see the swelling of his right eye after like the 6th, 7th round. So I felt like Lipinets was trailing on the cards, but he also knew he was doing the more damage. He was doing the most damage. And, whenever if you fall behind on the cards, but if you can see the damage on another fighter and you can see their body language, it keeps you in the fight. Lipinets was getting outworked at times, but every time he would land that jab, he knew he was landing. See, that was the problem with Peterson in this fight. He wasn't hitting Lipinets and then avoiding the shots. He was trading too much. And then the guy knows if they can bang with you and all they got to do is outlast you, they're going to keep going. And that's what Lipinets did to the end of the fight. He rocked Peterson in the 7th, I think, in the 8th round. And then we hit him with that big right hand. And it was just like he just not short-circuited, but Peterson, he was just all over the ring. And then whenever he fell, you saw that towel go in. And, his corner just stopped the fight, man, which it was the right call. It was the right call because I could see that maybe Peterson was a little emotional about it, upset, but I don't think he was too, I don't think he was too mad about it because it was definitely the right call at that point. Because I really felt like at that point after the second round, in the second half of the fight, Peterson wasn't really, trying to just win anymore, man. He was just trying to trade and trying to show his balls too much, show his heart too much, which isn't good, like at this point of Lamont Peterson's career, if you want to stay in the game, you got to box smarter. You can't go in there and trade with these younger guys or, these fresher guys. If you want to stay in it to win it, win another championship, you got to switch your style up. You can't go in there banging. I mean, he should have learned that from the Errol Spence fight. He should have been the guy with the IQ in the Errol Spence fight, but he chose to kind of stay in the pocket and bang, and that's not going to work. Especially even a guy like Lipinets, he doesn't hit as hard as Errol Spence, but you don't want to stay in there and bang with him because, like I said, if he knows that he can hit you just as much as you're hitting him, he's going to stay in there until you fold, So overall, it was just a good stoppage by his corner. They felt like it was done. And right after the fight, after 14 years in the game, Lamont Peterson, he announced his retirement, which I think it's a good choice. The thing about that is I hope that he stays retired. We heard a lot of these guys in the past, like, hey, they choosing to retire, like Robert Guerrero, he probably wants to come back. There was a fighter in the light heavyweight division. Damn, his name, I can't remember his name. He had to have eye surgery. He retired, but he came back. He fought Bernard Hopkins. If you know who I'm talking about, let me know in the comments section. But yeah, like some of these guys, like I think sometimes they just get really emotional after a fight, and they feel that need to say, "Oh, I'm done. I'm up." You know, they're a little upset. I'm going to retire, but you know, they really need to stick to it. There's some guys that really need to stick to it, especially Lamont Peterson in this case, man. He really does need to stick to it and just say, hey, call it a day, man. Because, like I said, he doesn't really want to switch his style up, you know, to compete with the younger guys, which is what you need to do, you know, at this point of your career. You know, you can't really go in there and just fight off a heart no more, man. That's it, man. But this fight was at welterweight. You know, it was a dramatic win for Sergey Lipinets, but it's really hard for me to say who he can really, you know, give a tough fight or give work at 147, man. So I'm not sure if he's going to go back down to 140, but from here, man, Sergey Lipinets, who could he fight at welterweight? You know, that's the question, man. Who could he really fight at 147 and beat, man? I might like to see him in there with somebody like Ugas. You know, I think Ugas would be a good fight. Jamal James would be a good fight for Sergey Lipinets, and a good fight for these guys as well. Because, you know, I think those would be some good fights, 50-50 fights. Or I don't know, I lean towards Ugas actually in the beating Lipinets, but that would be a good name for somebody like Ugas to come back against after his, you know, decision loss to Sean Porter. But yeah, man, just wanted to do a quick video on this one, man. I felt like Lamont Peterson, you know, he was winning this fight, but he chose to, you know, stay in there for a bloody battle, man, and it caught up to him, man. Like too much, you know, trying to bang too much, man, and you know he got caught with some good shots, and you know you might stay in it with your heart, but then after that your brain is just telling you, hey, we got to shut it down, man, and that's what happened. But yeah, man, from here I just hope he stays retired. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Did he make the right choice to retire from here, or should he retire long way back? You know, maybe after the Spence fight. But yeah, man, from here, let me know what you guys think as far as who Lipinets will fight next at welterweight, if he should stay at welterweight. But just make sure y'all subscribe to Combo Breaker 99 as well as the Jab Effect YouTube channel. Just subscribe here, hashtag CB99 Talks. That's where I'll be doing more discussion videos about some fights coming up, you know, boxing or MMA. Just longer videos, you know. I call that Combo Breaker 99 Talks. Yeah, man, but just support the channel. I'm going to keep doing more videos and more discussions here. That's all I got on this one. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.